Hiya folks, and welcome back to Rimworld. So after the tragedy of the corrupted save game of A16, we're rebooting Season 2. I'm not going on to Season 3, because A16 did not have a nice ending to it, and by a nice ending I mean the colony did not either escape, nor was it destroyed in a flaming blaze of glory like A15 was. So I think it's only fair that we cannot say that Season 2 is over. Season 2 will be over when we have successfully either left the planet or died horribly. Probably the latter. So, you know, whatever. I've actually recorded this preliminary episode already. The problem is that I forgot to change the size of the world area that I wanted to play on. So, let's talk about mods. I've tried to get a lot of... I'm going to go through this list pretty quickly, and you'll notice these are all Steam synced here on the left. I tried to point at the screen with my finger and then realized you can't see that. But I'm going to move them over to manual mods. You can do that through some hackery of moving files and folders, so that they cannot be auto-updated, so we cannot have a corrupted save, preferably. So anyway, we've got HugsLib. I'm going to go through them pretty fast, apart from the ones that have either changed or been added. So we've got HugsLib, which is library for mods. We've got Flawed. We've got more vanilla turrets. We've got Bridgello, which allows you to build bridges over rivers. Go figure. We got Simple Sidearms, which was suggested to me. This allows your pawns to have backup weapons that they will use intelligently in ideal circumstances, I guess. We've got Quarry, which allows us to have early way of getting resources out of the ground, which is quite important for flat maps, I feel. And I think we're going to be going with a flat map. I have a feeling. We've got Rimfridge, we've got Organized Research tab, we've got Setup Camp, we've got more planning, which allows me to have coloured planning tabs. Oh, that's going to be so good! Because I can designate walls and furniture and all sorts of things without actually having to put things down. More furniture, expanded prosthesis in organ engineering, hospitality, efficient lighting, medical tab, hand me that brick, colony manager, RT fuse, more trade ships, dubs hygiene, and central heating. This bit is new, central heating. That's going to be interesting. ED embraces, misc training, fences and floors, advanced power generation, architect sense, grey morals, stuff floors, Call of Cthulhu straitjackets, concrete walls, chem fuel generator, cooks can refuel, rimsnail feral, and fish industry. So I've tried to keep the set of mods as close to A16 as I possibly could. There are a couple of things missing, but there are also new things added, and I'm going to try and keep the set of mods as fast and loose as I can, because I have the intention of looking after this one a little bit closer than I was with A16 to avoid horrible things that happened to A16. But it also means that I might be removing mods or adding mods or what have you. But either way, it'll be interesting. So, let's dive in, shall we? New colony. We're going to go with Crash Landed, so we have people to name. We can't do Lost Tribe because I'm not good enough for Lost Tribe. Rich Explorer is bad because that's one person, so we're going to go with Crash Landed. Well, Rich Explorer is interesting, but I kind of want to include you guys in the whole thing. This is the whole point of Rimworld. As far as I see on the series, it's fun to have you guys with me in the colony, so you can mourn my death. So let's move on. I'm going to do Rough, because accidentally I did some challenge last time, and I actually meant to do Rough. I'm not good enough for these two. There are better Rimworld players than me, obviously, but I'm going to do Rough on Cassandra. Some people do Randy Random on Extreme. I don't know how they do that. But we're going to do Cassandra Ruff. And the seed is Rexus Omega. Because I had to re-roll a bunch. And we're going to lower rainfall. And we're going to raise temperature. Because that will give us a really big hot belt on the planet. Because I'm on a desert base this time. I mentioned in the failed preliminary that I wanted a desert base. I was tossing up between a cold base and a desert base. And the problem with the cold base is I personally hate snow levels in games. So if I'm going to keep my interest, I'm going to go to a desert base. I like deserts for some reason. And not so keen on snow. Which is funny because in real life I prefer hot places, hot dry places, and really cold places, and nothing in between. Humidity is the worst. I hate humidity. So let's go to 100% and generate this world. Alright, so this is Rexus Omega. Now, ideally, this is the same world that I looked at before, because it was not this that I made the mistake on, it was the advanced bit. I didn't put this up too large. I have now. That's cool. So let's see if I can find where I was. It was a highway crossing a huge river. Is that it right there? It is. Wow, that was quick. This preliminary episode's going a lot faster than the last one. Go figure, because everything is already known. The only problem is, that we're not going to have the same pawns. And I had a really good set of pawns. Well, at least we've got a large map, which is the main thing. Okay, so we're flat. We've got ancient asphalt highway running through a huge river. And we've got slate and sandstone. Sandstone's terrible, slate's good. 701 meters, very low. Average temperature is 28 degrees C. Wow. Summer temperature 39 degrees C and winter temperature 17.5. So we're never really going to suffer. I think that's slightly hotter. Because we were hitting about 32 in summer, right? And in heat waves, no. With the jungle, we were hitting more like 20 something in the summer. And then heat waves would push us up into the 30s. Oh dear, this is going to be lots of fun. And we only get 427 millimeters of rain. Wow. Okay. So this is going to be hard and interesting, and I love it. So just double check. Yes. I'm on the largest size of large. We could go up to ludicrous. It's only 25 more cells in each direction. Yeah, alright. We'll go up to this one. I just like the idea of a large map. It's more interesting to me to have all that kind of outside world outside our base. Alright, we're going to ludicrous and we will go next. So, who do we have? Straight off the bat, we have a cook. Sort of. They're not interested in cooking, they're just good at it. For a starting pawn anyway. We have a miner, a grower, and a social person. They're all social, aren't they? Okay, well. I don't like any of them. This one's a pyromaniac, we know how that goes. Although we dealt pretty well with Anubis. Thanks, Anubis. Thanks for your hard work. So, you know, if we have one pyromaniac, we're not going to suffer too badly, I think. You're staggeringly ugly, you're psychically sensitive, and you're volatile, so we're not keeping you at all, because those are horrible. And these people are incapable of violent and caring. And you're incapable of skin. These are all horrible. So, the rules, as usual, I get 10 rerolls. Once we hit reroll 10, I have to keep whoever I have. So ideally, we get who we're looking for before that. So we're going to just go through the pawns and see how we go. I can twist my own rules. So, for instance, I can get this person up to roll 7 and then decide, well, actually I'm going to work on this person. So, I can do things like that. The only rule is 10 rerolls. So, reroll 1. You have a gold juice addiction. That's terrible. You're a nudist and you're a slowpoke. And you pretty much got nothing that we want. Well, you're a grower. You're incapable of none. Nah, 2. You're a good shot. You're capable of caring, social, and artistic. You're volatile. Mental break threshold plus 15. That's horrible. Kind. This is actually really bad for us, kind. While you're a mood boost to everyone around you, we can't abuse greyer morals. Yes, I have plans to sell slaves and harvest their organs. What of it? But kind people get upset in greyer morals by that carry on, which is the normal Rimworld behaviour if you don't have greyer morals. 3, you're a shooter. You're good with animals. And you're crafting and you're intellectual, but you have a psychic addiction. That's even worse. You're a prostophobe, you're too smart, and you're a psychopath. Those are really good traits. Those are really good traits. But you're incapable of caring and social. Too smart is excellent because it means you'll get really good at things really fast. Plus 80% global learning factor. So, you know, they learn almost twice as fast as everyone else. Almost. But you got a mental break threshold of plus 12%. You have no empathy. Suffering of others doesn't bother you. She doesn't mind if others are butchered, left unburied, imprisoned, or sold into slavery unless it affects her. She also feels no mood boost from socializing. So, at the very least, you'll be a good guard. But you don't have construction, growing, or cooking, which are like the 3 things that we kind of want. You will be a good researcher, though, in your off time. So we're going to hope somebody gets a double. You were on 3, right? Reroll 3, I think. So, you. We don't want you either, because you're staggering ugly and psychically sensitive, and you're volatile. These are all terrible. One of them I could deal with, but 3? No. So we re-roll you. And we get construction, and you got a little bit of cooking, but you're incapable of artistic and plant work, which means that whoever this is going to be needs to be good at growing. You're greedy and you're steadfast. So those aren't terrible. Greedy just means you need an impressive bedroom, otherwise they're going to have a mood debuff. Your moving is minus 30 and your manipulation is minus 10. I mean, manipulation's not actually going to affect us that badly. And that's the main thing with somebody who's going to be doing construction and cooking, right? It's going to take you ages to get to building sites, though, and that's what worries me. But you're an okay doctor. Yeah, you're an okay doctor. You're good with animals. You might need to be good with animals, actually. So, okay. Cooking and construction, they're alright. People might puke at level 3. Cooking for a while. They might get food poisoning, but we can deal with it. Tictum. You need to be a grower. You already are a grower, but you're psychically sensitive, very neurotic, but you are a green thumb, which makes you happy to do plant work. Global work speed plus 40%, mental break threshold plus 14%, and psychically sensitive makes you more affected by those psychic events. And you're incapable of violent and caring. Why isn't our grower is always a pacifist? I actually think we should keep Ticton. I think I can manage. You know? Yeah. Stokes, you got a psychite addiction, but I reckon we can work through that. Yeah. Okay. We're not going to name anyone here because, of course, the these boxes have a character limit on them until we get in game. So I think this is going to be our team. It's not as good as my last team, so I'm second guessing everything. But I think this is going to be our team. So I'll see you in the next episode. Episode 1. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.